Hello, beautiful ladies. When my little girl was a newborn, everyone told me that they were really impressed with how wide open her eyes were and how she had such good eye contact with people. Everyone said this was a sign of her having great intelligence. Now that she's a little bigger, instead, when they see her big, wide open eyes in pictures, they think she is overly enthusiastic. And that's kind of funny that nobody's connected the dots about this besides me, that she has this trait that she's had all along. And as a newborn, everyone was impressed by it. And now that she's older, they're not. Now, I know why. When she poses for pictures, her eyes are big and wide open, and her smile's really big. It's because, one, she's happy. The other reason is because she is not yet an older person with a cell phone who takes selfies all the time and practices holding their face in the correct way for it to look good in pictures. Now, my two female relatives, going back in my family line, my mother and her mother, when you look at pictures of them, their eyes are big. And they have big eyes, but their eyes are held so big because they did not yet have access to cameras that immediately showed them what they looked like in pictures, and they never had to adjust how they looked as they were taking pictures on the spot. I think of how my paternal grandmother and my maternal grandmother look like in their wedding portraits a lot, because it happens a lot to me that when I take a picture, sometimes I look like my maternal grandmother, sometimes I look like my paternal grandmother. My maternal grandmother was the one with the big eyes and the big smile, and she looked very happy on her wedding day. My paternal grandmother had a smaller smile, had smaller eyes, and she looked emotionally flat, but I don't know whether or not she was happy on her wedding day. She might very well have been happy. My paternal side is the colder side of the family, and we'll talk about that in future videos. But it's a funny thing because especially in the marriage I'm in right now, I'm married into a Middle Eastern family, and they have a hard time with how cold I am. And you'd think that this trait from my mother's side, where we look really happy in pictures because we emote with the full range of how our eyes open, would be a good thing. But my husband also hasn't made this connection. Instead, he's started telling my little girl to smile for pictures and then try to relax, because when she smiles for pictures, it's too big. And I don't really understand why a little girl should have to smile correctly for a photo so that it looks the best. He and I have a different background, though. I have an autistic brother who is, for brevity's sake, we can say that he is an autistic person who's not independent, whereas I'm an autistic person who can live independently. And I'm used to looking at pictures of him, and he does not look like the picture of somebody that is posing to look happy in a picture. But I know my brother, and I know looking at pictures of him that he's happy. And this is my experience, so I see people thinking my little girl is smiling too big, and it doesn't make any sense to me. Because she's a little girl, the time is now for her to just be happy. The time is not for her to present the correct image of happiness to everyone. Another funny thing is that my husband will notice that my little girl is not presenting the most photogenic image of happiness for a photo. but he'll take candid pictures of me when I'm not posing for the camera, and I look at it and I think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing that with my hands. I look like I have just the wildest autistic hands in that picture. I would have never let my hands be looking like that in a photo if I knew he was taking a photo. But you know what? I choose to be in my feminine receiving energy, and my husband saw me as beautiful when he took that picture. And so I choose to receive that he saw me as beautiful. We'll see how long it goes. I have no idea at what point that I will tell my little girl that some people think that she holds her eyes open too big when she smiles, or smiles too big. She's already hearing it from my husband, but at some point I'll have to talk to her about it. But I think the thing to do now is to just not talk about it. That's not something that should be important for her life. Another really funny thing is that, well, first off, you know, at least bigger lips are very much in fashion, and people do surgery to make their lips look bigger. But I found out a couple months ago that celebrities actually have work done to make their teeth look more like mine. I read this long article about the before and after pictures of all these different celebrities, and I had no idea that all these celebrities had veneers, and all their before pictures showed them with much smaller teeth. I didn't, and you know, the after pictures are the ones who that have the teeth that look more like my teeth. And I didn't know that my teeth were the beauty standard. You know, the eyes are funny too, because big eyes are supposedly the beauty standard. We do our makeup to make our eyes look bigger, and yet someone like me or my daughter might be thought of as having eyes that are too big in pictures. I don't know if she will be like me and try to close her eyes a little bit and smile a little less for pictures so that she looks better. I don't know if that's how it is. I don't know if the fashions will change. There's a lot to be said about it being wrong for different facial features to be a part of fashion, period, but it is how it is. Our ideas for what's beautiful on the face are going to change. But as it is for now, me with my big eyes and my big smile, I've tried just closing my eyes a little bit and smiling a little less in photos, and I am not able to like hold my face in the correct pose that shows me with the smile that looks prettiest in photos. So when I take a selfie, what I do is I look at the camera lens, you know, I smile and have my eyes as wide open as they are, and I'll take several shots and really quickly have my eyes and my mouth various states of more and less open. And I pick through those, which one of those looks best with how big my smile is, how big my eyes are, the lighting, the angle, all of that. I hope you find this useful. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna tell you so much more interesting things about the beauty standards. There's a lot I've figured out that I really want to share with you. Bye.